I think I have a really interesting one that I think it's kind of a perfect case study. So I was working with a woman for years, and she was what you would say is chronically depressed, but what I would say, actually, if you look at it more on a spiritual level, she was in despair. There was a loss of meaning, a loss of a sense of purpose, a sense of adventure in life and agency, and kind of an authentic integration. Instead, she was hiding out. What was interesting was that she was very aware of death. Even as a child, she said that she would see death in life all the time. They were always intertwined. And as she got older, became an adult, she would find herself repeatedly at people's bedside when they were dying. Other family members, sometimes the direct family members, sometimes she was only a friend. They'd somehow find a way to get out of the room when the person was about to die, and somehow she'd be the one that would be there, and she could handle it. She could be holding her hand as it would happen. Now, I could see this in her. This was an unrealized kind of latent gift, that she didn't quite know what she was. And we were kind of working through it, but there wasn't, and she got it, but it wasn't something that had a mandate behind it. This insight did not have the kind of power that could change her life. Well, she opted in to try ketamine. And the first session, she came out and she actually was just kind of radiant. And she said it was the first time she felt like she was cradled by God for the first time in her life for, an hour that felt like an eternity in the moment. And that was wonderful, obviously. And the next session, she came out and she was overwhelmed. And actually, it took a while for her to kind of come out. She started to cry, and it took a while to come out of that. And we talked a little bit about what was going on, and she said, "I'm okay, but I just didn't know what I was." And when she said what I was, it really was about her being. It wasn't about what she thinks or what she knows or what she believes or this is that. It was much more about what she is at a primary level of being. And in the third session, she came out and she basically made sense out of it. And I think it's like a perfect triptych. She came out of this third session and she said, "I should have been a nurse." And this is a woman who was in her early 50s and had no science background. And she found this information, this insight, this experience of her true being so powerful that she went back to City College and did Science Corps and ended up going and becoming a nurse on a full scholarship at a major university. They were so amazed by her that they just said, "Please come and we'll pay for you." And she's ended up in nurse leadership, and she's out. And when I see her now, it's really powerful. What's interesting to me is that she's still sad, but there's no problem with meaning anymore. Her life is deeply meaningful, and that's the difference. One could look at her and say, she's still depressed, and she's not depressed. She's aware of death at a level that she will never escape. And now she's doing something with it. And it's mythic. It's powerfully mythic work that happened. And 3 treatments, a total of 3 hours. That's the kind of, that's a very extreme and a very clean. I like how clean that, that case report is, but you see these kinds of stories when you work in this field. It's really powerful.
To watch the full episode or to subscribe to the podcast, click the link in the description or visit us at neurohacker.com/collective insights.